Hey, True Believers, Teen here with another batch of new comic book reviews, and welcome to the Hellfire Gala. So it's finally here, it's finally begun, and I've got the first issue, which is the Marauders. I'm going to do X Factor, I think it's X-Force number 20, which is next. That hopefully that'll come out later today. I hope you enjoy this one, because also I've got a review of Eve number 1, Nuclear Family number 2, and Batman Detective, number 3 and Batman Detective number 2. So kick back, relax, let's get this party started. Let's start off with Marauders number 21. Welcome to the Hellfire Gala. Alrighty, so there are a number of covers here which show off all of the outfits, which we went through individually on a live stream over on I Love Comics. This was one of the favorites. A lot of the ones you saw on the first cover, not so much. And Iceman, man, I don't know it. Now, granted, none of these costumes really feature prominently in the story. It's not like they do a whole issue of, and here is blah, 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 and look at their outfit. They're just casually in the background doing things. So the costumes are not the point of the story, thank goodness, because a lot of these costumes just are not good. This one really features more around Emma Frost, and it's more the Hellfire Club, actually, than anything else in this particular issue, as they're basically welcoming guests. I mean, that's really what's going on. Who is at this gala, and what are their motivations for being at the gala? I'm very happy to say that the story is a lot better than whatever I had in my mind, thanks to that preview. This is so much better. But then again, there is nowhere to go but up as far as my thoughts on the Hellfire Gala. But the thing is once I get past those prejudices that I had based on that preview, I gotta tell you, this is a decent comic book. I actually enjoyed it. And surprisingly enough, this is the second X-Men book that I did enjoy. So in some ways, I want to kind of revisit and see if I was wrong about the X-Men. Now, here's the thing. The reason why I enjoy this book is that what I'd said I hated about the X-Men is that Marvel's making them into villains. They're seen as villains. As a matter of fact, at one point in time, an emissary of the Shire Empire congratulates Emma Frost on the mutants taking over the Earth. He absolutely does that. So they are being seen as villains inside the comic as well as outside. Once again, not something that I would have aimed the X-Men for, but all right, if that's what they're doing, still, come on. Can somebody get that stupid freaking helmet off of Charles Xavier's head? And I love this bit where Charles Xavier's like, Reed Richards, I'm glad since our last meeting, blah, blah, because they had the fight in X4 and all that kind of stuff. And Reed Richards just leans in and says something that kind of surprises Charles Xavier and such. There's a lot of that going on here. There's a lot of diplomatic stuff, and there's also a lot of stuff where you look and you go, yeah, I'm sorry, but I wouldn't trust the X-Men or the mutants as far as I could throw them at this point. And people like Doctor Doom, people like Captain America, Iron Man, who are showing up untrusting, really kind of nail it. And I think and I hope they will become the heroes of the story. I doubt it, but that is a very real possibility. Overall, so far, so not as bad as I thought it was, and in some cases, pretty decent. Let's talk about Eve number 1 for a little bit. This is another book that, in all honesty, I didn't know if I wanted to pick up, but I did. It's just there. Okay, why not? Let's get it. Sometimes I pick up an odd comic just because I need a new stamp to get a freebie or something like that. I gotta tell you something. I kind of enjoyed this. So yeah, I know. I'm kind of being soft on comics today, but hey, you know what? If they're good, they're good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is not something like, oh my gosh, I know negativity sells. When it deserves to go negative, I'll go negative. The art really turned me off a little bit, so I was like, I don't know if I want to get this book. I don't know, because this opening page right here, I was like, ooh, this looks like it's going to be cringe. But then I started reading it. So this little girl and her dad, they're living on an island and everything, and you get the whole the whole bit. She's learning how to survive. She's getting used to all of this stuff that's going on. She comes to meet her father. It's basically a really good life for her on what seems to be kind of a desolate area. You know, obviously there's not a lot of people around. Something's going on. And then the other shoe drops. And we find out in just a few moments, actually, the picture's going to come up, that she is in an isolation tank. And this has been all in her mind. She has basically spent her entire life kind of Matrix-like in this fake world, basically learning how to survive in it because she was not going to have anybody there to help her except a robot teddy bear, basically. So I was like, kind of like a little reverse AI, or you know, where the kid is real and not artificial intelligence. And it's just a really good setup. You get a feel for the world that she's about to encounter on the outside when she's in the tank, and then when it's on the when she finally wakes up, it's like, holy crap, yeah. So now she's got to survive. Now she has a mission. She has something she needs to do, and she's kind of scared. She's worried, and the teddy bear, who is of course not a real teddy bear, comes up and he basically says, well, don't worry, all your skills are there, and it sets up the story. Now go. This is great storytelling. It's also great visual storytelling, as well as with the art that ended up making me think, yeah, it's good for the story, because this does exactly what all first issues do. It gives us just enough information. It tells us who our characters are, what their motivations are, and it always sells the next issue. I gotta tell you, so far, I do like Eve. Hopefully the rest of the books will continue this quality. Batman Detective #2. So as much as I'm not enjoying Batman and Detective Comics these days, in all honesty, I'm kind of digging on Batman Detective. So this is a future Batman. He's kind of, well, it's almost like pre-Dark Knight Batman, where he's just fed up. And he's left the Batcave. We find out that there's this group of people who are killing people that Batman saved, figuring they shouldn't exist. So they should be killed. And in this one, we actually meet Henry Ducard, as well as also, we've already met him, but he's in it. And yeah, it is kind of cool when it's pointed out that, didn't Batman save you, Henry? Therefore, this group is going after him, even though this is one of the people who trained Batman. There's a lot to like about this. And I'm not a big fan of this little kid character because there's no awe. You know, just imagine the superheroes are the celebrities of these worlds. And you see kids fawning over the likes of, say, Beyonce. But when you get them and they're just like, so, oh, I want to prove I'm tough, so none of this phases me. It just, I don't know, it just rubs me the wrong way for some reason. I'm not talking about I want a fawning fanboy or fangirl or something along those lines. But, you know, let us see that there's some sort of reaction, some sort of reputation that Batman has built up, if you're going to claim to us that Batman has built up a reputation. In the end, I think it hurts the characters when they try to make one guy seem tough by making the other guy seem less so. But that's just me. Now I'll move on. Look, in my opinion, this is just about the best Batman story that's going on these days. I'm going to be following this through all 6 issues. It's just seeming to be the really exciting one. I'm hoping the other Batman titles kind of pick up. But if you are looking for something that gives you the look, the feel of a nice classic Batman story, this is it. You got to come to Batman Detective. At least for the first issue and the second issue here, it's definitely doing its job. And it's doing its job very, very well. With Nuclear Family #3, we get a little bit more of the darker side of what's going on. And what's kind of funny is we are being fed so little information, but it's still so intriguing. I got to give it to Stephanie Phillips. She is crafting a pretty decent story. Because, once again, she's just dishing out the information as I guess she feels we need it. I don't know. I guess I thought this was going to be a miniseries. Is it? I didn't check. I don't read previews. but this seems like it could definitely go on. This one, though, we see the kids more, and the kids are like, right away, they're like, well, okay, well, all of this is crap. We need to escape. And I get that, because the adults would want to know what's going on. So they would be the ones trying to get information all the while. Like right here, the father's being tortured, and he's still kind of like, what's happening? What's going on? Okay, you know, we were in 1950. Now we're here. It's the future, obviously, but it's a desolate future, not our timeline. What's up? Well, that's what I'm thinking. It's not their timeline. And that kind of thing is going on while the kids are like, and we got to get our butts out of here. So they try and make their escape. They end up finding another kid there, and he's like, okay, I can lead you through the tunnels, which I was thinking a little too easy. You know, maybe it seems like he might be a plant. I don't know. We'll find out in the next issue, in issue number 4, which is actually out right now. I'm a little bit behind on my reviews, but I'm trying to catch up by doing these multiple videos. Still exciting, very well written. I do like the art. Very minimal backgrounds, but I think that also has to do with the fact that for the most part we're in an underground bunker, or we're in the air shaft of an underground bunker, but it works. It's got just the right element of horror, just a little bit of comedy, and there's a lot of suspense, a lot of intrigue to it as well. So once again, I was pleasantly surprised by this book, and hopefully issue number 4 stands up to the quality of this one. So here you go, man. This is a rarity. There's 4 good books, 4 books I liked at least on this video. And at the end here, I always like to say, okay, I like this one better, and I start with the worst and go to the best. There is no worst, in all honesty, here. If I were to pick the least of them, probably I will go with Nuclear Family on this one. Like I said, I enjoyed it. This is a good move, a good book, but I think it was a little slow disseminating the information. A lot of action, though, in this one. After that, I would probably go with Batman. Probably no. Gosh darn it! These were good books, all of them. Probably Batman Detective, because that little girl kind of bothered me for a little bit. And then I would go to the Hellfire Gala, and then I would go to Eve, because I thought Eve was really well told. That's some good storytelling right there. Please let the next issues be as good as that is. So there you go. That would be my choice anyway. So the winner of this particular video would have to be Eve. Check it out if you haven't done it. I don't think you're going to be doing yourself a disservice. Also, don't forget to click like, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell if you haven't done it already. That's basically how you get notified. Also, comment. Like, interaction helps the algorithm to... I need the views. I need the views, man. I need the watch time hours. So share as well. I certainly appreciate everybody who's done that. If you don't mind helping out the channel in other ways, go on over to Patreon or to Ko-Fi. Links in the description below. Drop $1 in the till. Helps keep the lights on. Helps keep making videos for you. Thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.